from My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is brought to you by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
And good Tuesday evening, everybody, and welcome to the gym at Cadillac High School for tonight's presentation of girls non-conference basketball action here on 26 Sports and CCTV. It is Parents' Night here in Cadillac. They've got introductions of the parents and some accolades from Coach Johns to the seniors for the Cadillac Vikings, who tonight are playing host to the Bay City Central Wolves in what we expect to be a terrific contest. Alongside my good friend Kevin Gregory, I'm Jay Simon. Very thrilled to have you with us. We're just a week away, Kevin, from postseason basketball. Favorite time of year. The girls open it up next Monday with district quarterfinal action. But before we get there are some things to wrap up. For the Wolves, it's all about maybe just kind of getting themselves in a good place to get ready for district action. But for the Vikings, there's a little bit of hardware potentially still on the line. They come into this game 13-5. They are 6-3 in the Big North, just a game behind Traverse City Central at 7-2. They have an opportunity to share the Big North Conference title. If I told you that was a possibility the first 2 weeks of this season, would you have believed me?
Not the first 2 weeks, but they've been on quite a tear ever since. And you know, you talk about getting ready for the playoffs, and that's obviously what Bay City's trying to do. I was talking with Coach Thunberg a little bit before the game, and he's like, anytime I can get a chance to step outside of my conference, it's a good thing because he's in a killer conference down there. But for Cadillac, yeah, they're in the thick of a conference championship run and tying up the loose ends going into March Magic.
Yep, they have tonight's game obviously with Bay City Central, but then they close on the road at Petoskey, a team that they lost to by just 2 here on this floor back on January 13th. On that same night, Traverse City Central beat Gaylord by 3 at Gaylord. Those two teams will meet in their season finale. So a couple of things have to happen for the Vikings. They've got to beat Petoskey on the road, and they need the Blue Devils to beat the Trojans on the road. But considering how tight those first 2 games were, you just never know. So still some very big things to play for. That will be Friday night for the Vikings. Meanwhile, tonight, well, now it's about continuing this good play like you mentioned. Early in the season, it was the Kylie Christensen show. Could they get anybody else to step up and do some other things for them? But recently, and that little speed bump with TC Central notwithstanding, they've won 8 of their last 9 games, and it's been not only Christensen's stellar play, as she has done all year, but it's been the guard play for the Vikings as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it pretty much every broadcast. The Emmington sisters and Callie Polis, Lexi Little just doing what they do off the bench, being a great supporting cast to the 1-2 punch of Christensen and Johns, and really that's been the catalyst that's propelled them to this great season they're having, is the added guard play, and they're starting to hit some perimeter jump shots, opening up the inside for Kylie. So it's really been gelling well for Cadillac.
You mentioned you talked to Coach Todd Thunberg. Coach Todd Thunberg. That's a tongue twister. That's hard to say. The Wolves come into this 4-14. They're just 2-12, but they play in the Saginaw Valley High School Association North Division, and it is redonkulous to say the least. You got teams like Saginaw Heritage, Saginaw Arthur Hill, Midland Dow, Bay City Western. It's a nightmare for them down there with a lot of really good schools. But some good things have come of late for them. Their last outing, they lost by 2 to Bay City John Glenn. John Glenn features a 1,400-point career score, second leading scorer in school history in Callie Martinez, 28.3 points per game. These Wolves held her to 2.
And that was just last night. He said they played just last night. He said it was a 1-point game, so I don't know what the score was. Either way, it was super close. And like you said, they're playing in this killer conference. He said they have the number 3 and the number 4 team in the state in Midland Dow and Saginaw Heritage. You mentioned Saginaw Arthur Hill. Those are all the big names, all the big dogs. It was Class B, right?
Yep.
In Class B. And so, I mean, just a killer conference. He said either of those teams has the potential of winning the state title this year, but they're going to play each other in conference or in the district opener.
Yeah, that's a rough road for them, and a rough road for these Bay City Central Wolves. Is that's the kind of competition they have to see. So you look at that 4-14 record and you think, oh, all right, a little tune-up for the Vikings before they go into Friday night. Not so much, and head coach Mary Kay Johns knows that, and she's told her team that. Don't look at the records. This should be a great one. We've got it coming up shortly here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Our thanks to High Point Cadillac GMC, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, and our title sponsor, Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services, for their support of these broadcasts here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Opening tip-off and the starting lineups coming up right after this.